Diverse hiring in corporate offices, movies, TV shows, and now sports are a very real thing. People want to see people that look like them in leading positions. Way too many white people are everywhere, right? We want to see some brown, black, and yellow people playing our favorite sports now. In this video, let's explore the NBA's push for diverse hires, which has now resulted in black coaches leading half the league's teams. Let's get into it.
But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2K22 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
First off, the diversity hires. Every time there's a head coach opening in the NBA, team presidents and owners would be getting calls from Adam Silver, the commissioner, deputy commissioner Mark Tatum, and sometimes even executive vice president or a steward, offering resources to make sure the hiring process is diverse. And then after years and years of external and internal criticism, the league turned things around, especially when it came to black coaches. Now, half the NBA's head coaches are black after hitting a low mark of 6 less than 2 years ago. Yep, there were a total of 6 head coaches that'd be leading the teams. Mark Tatum has been the front man of this initiative with the league's teams, always suggesting the numbers were recurring, but knowing something had to be done. Did you know that the NBA has a database containing the names of nearly 400 assistant coaches across all levels of the league and G League that teams have access to? Tatum told the press that presidents, general managers, and people in charge of making these decisions have access to that database, so they can go in there and have access to candidates that they never knew existed. And now, here's a list of the candidates. There's a culture now where it's just part of the process and it's just an expectation, and he thinks everyone's seeing it really pay off, which is a good thing. They took the initiative, worked towards it, and can now say that they were successful. Next, the dirty word. Of course, this initiative isn't without its critics, but what is? Some view diversity as a dirty word, as if a wider net would prevent an organization from hiring the best candidate. And it's definitely true that the margins are often thin in these instances, especially when it's easy to hire someone they're familiar with or have a 6th degree of separation connection to. Wouldn't you be willing to hire people that you are familiar with and have confidence in their skills? It's natural human behavior. So the league still has plenty of work to do when it comes to team presidents and personnel on the business side, because already way too many qualified executives and basketball lifers were passed over for multiple jobs through the years. At least the league privately acknowledges what they've done in the past and continues to do so, but its progress in the coaching space must be noted. Tatum also says that the NBA is on the cusp of a woman coach breaking through too. He cited legitimate interviews that have occurred through the years. He said it's a matter of time. So not only is the NBA hiring people of color, they're also hiring women coaches. Of course, the NBA had to be intentional and sometimes forceful to the few but a strong number of teams who were resistant to such suggestions. Well, we can't please everyone. Some people have always resented the idea of implementing an NFL-style Rooney Rule, mandating interviews for candidates who were non-white. The main reason for such resistance has been its problem with not working and feeling that it might organically change processes around its teams. Seeing Ime Udoka lead the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals in his first year after watching Monty Williams do it in Phoenix in his 2nd season should have at least created a copycat effect, and maybe it has. We'll know soon. Finally, it's a ray of hope. Damon Stoudemire, the Celtics assistant and former Rookie of the Year, has joined Udoka and is now optimistic that he can get the first chair when an opportunity opens. So it's giving people hope. Can't be that bad when something so positive comes out of it. Stoudemire told Yahoo Sports that when Ime wins, we win. When Monty wins, we win. And that he applauds the NBA and the owners for acknowledging the issue and then doing something about it. He also praises those who have gotten the job for being ready for the job and the challenges that arrived with it. The 2 iconic franchises in the NBA will be led by black coaches now. Udoka in Boston, as you already know, and in case you didn't, Darvin Ham will take over with the Los Angeles Lakers. It's not just coaching jobs for the sake of, but it's also the quality of opportunities and a chance to grow from previous experiences, and giving other people of color the hope that they don't necessarily need to lack melanin in their skin to become something in the NBA. Stoudemire continues that when he looks at Jason Kidd, he gets really encouraged. He sees this thing that the NBA has started really evolving into something wonderful for people. For Kidd, it was his 3rd opportunity in Dallas, and he's not getting enough credit for the great job that he did. Why is that 3rd opportunity such a big deal? Well, black coaches rarely get the 3rd opportunity, and maybe Kidd was a special case, thanks to his relationship with the Mavericks. No matter what, he put his stamp on it from the moment he arrived. time, and it's no shock some people weren't comfortable hiring black men in position of leadership and power. Of course, there are people who'd feel uncomfortable because of the years of racism they've been exposed to. The micro in every situation is sometimes justifiable, maybe, but the micro picture wasn't pretty. It took away years from people who could have done great. Plus, coaches often felt like they couldn't speak out if they didn't get an opportunity for fear of being disqualified from other opportunities. So no advocates, no avenues. This has started to change, and we feel better things are on the horizon. Fingers crossed. Now let's talk about other related news. Firstly, 4 Canadians selected an NBA draft, including 2 in the top 10. Benedict Mathurin and Shaedon Sharpe. The 2 Canadians took very different paths to the NBA, but their pro dreams of going pro realized just minutes apart on Thursday. Mathurin from Montreal starred at the University of Arizona and was selected 6th by the Indiana Pacers. Then moments later, the Blazers took a chance on Sharpe from Ontario, and Sharpe hadn't played a single college game and was still picked 7th. Talk about faith. Mathurin, of course, was over the moon. He said he feels like a winner. He's a really competitive guy on court, but off court, he feels he's pretty funny and likes doing a lot of fun stuff. It's such a big deal because it's only the second time in history that 2 Canadians have gone in the top 10 in the NBA draft. In 2014, Cleveland took Andrew Wiggins 1st overall, and Sacramento took Nick Stauskas as an 8th pick. And that's not all, because 2 more Canadians went back-to-back in the second round, as Gonzaga guard Andrew Nembhard is headed to the Indiana Pacers at number 31, while Caleb Houston was selected by Orlando at number 32. Next up, Spurs shape as possible circuit breaker in Kyrie negotiations. According to Bleacher Report's Jake Fisher, Brooklyn's displeased superstar Kyrie Irving is stuck in limbo with his potential trade destinations, declining as the Nets reportedly focus on finalizing a trade deal for KD first. Now, the Lakers seem to be the only team with important interest in trading for Irving at this stage, but talks between the 2 teams have apparently slowed, with LA yet to be hostile in their attempts to satisfy the demands of the Nets. But ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski suggested that the San Antonio Spurs could assist the Lakers and Nets in getting a deal done by creating a 3-way trade. It just might work out for Kyrie Irving. He went on to say that the Nets have talked with the Lakers, and he believes that there's been some back and forth, some sort of communication between them. Well, let's see how things turn out. Let's move on to Giddey being way too good for NBA Summer League. Ladies and gents, Josh Giddey is back, and he means business this time. After missing the last quarter of the NBA season because of a hip injury, the Aussie star is back on the court, getting some game time under his belt for Oklahoma City Thunder. As you know, his team is already making waves at the off-season tournament, and fans lost their minds at number 2 draft pick Chet Holmgren's first outing alongside Giddey. And then it was Giddey's time to shine when OKC played the Memphis Grizzlies, and the Thunders dominated that whole game with an 87-71 win. And Giddey's been doing so well that NBA reporter Chris Fetter tweeted, "Why is Josh Giddey playing Summer League? He is way too good for that environment." But Giddey doesn't seem to mind. Any court time is good court time for him, who's the youngest player on the court along with OKC rookie Ousmane Dieng. That's it from our side for today. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions about the NBA's push for diverse hires and other related news we shared, do let us know in the comments below. See you in the next one.